Hey guys, what's up? It's Nate, and I know it's been a while. Sorry about that. Recently moved and found a mold issue in the bathroom. So doing renovations, that had to be taken care of. These videos don't come before my health. So, with that being said, this is going to be Paranormal Talk, my story part 2. So, last video, we went into the tugging on the blanket, tapping on the windows, the voices said my name. And as I ended that video, I told you I would be discussing in more detail some of the nightmares that I'd had. Now, theory out there with paranormal investigation is spirits can attach to you and attack you better when you're asleep because your body does not have the natural defense mode that you would have when you were awake, so they could easily manipulate your mind to break you down emotionally to gain more control over you. Is that what was happening? Possible. I'm not sure. But just wanted to let you know on the theory. So, the first dream I want to discuss is probably the one that reoccurred the most. I would wake up from sleeping. It's like a dream within a dream, but it wasn't because once I woke up, I was awake. But I would wake up and go out to the hallway like I was going to get something to drink from the kitchen. And the hallway just never seemed to end. I'd walk, and the whole while behind me, there was a figure lurking that didn't have a face. I'd say it was about 6'5", maybe 200 pounds, and its fingers were extended, like they were long. I'd say mine are 2.5 inches. I'm going to go with like 4.5, 5 inch fingers. And it's just really freaky looking. And I remember my heart racing as I was walking down the hallway, and I'd gain pace trying to get away from whatever this was that was following me. But it kept pace, and the hallway, like I never thought it would end. So when I finally do get to the end of the hallway, where the fireplace and the main wall for the front door and the living room should have been, was gone. Just disappeared, and in replacement, the house opened up into an extremely dark looking forest. And I hear a name, my name being called from the forest. So I would follow the call, and as I'm walking through the forest, off to my right was the silhouette of two canine looking creatures. Could have been wolves, coyotes, something of that nature, maybe a feral dog. I'm not absolutely positive. What I do know positively was their eyes were red and their teeth glowed in the dark. And I remember that not being natural. That's not normal for anything to glow like that. So, well, unless it's bioluminescent, but teeth aren't bioluminescent, so sorry. But anyways, as I continue walking through the forest, it's like it was never ending. I walked for God in my dream what seemed miles and miles. And I would eventually come to a wall. Stone wall, tall as I could see. Like there was no end to how high it went. So I assumed that whatever I was hearing was just my imagination, I guess, and I'd turn around to go back to the house, and the silhouette that was following me be right in my face. Still, no facial features. Still have no clue what it was or why it was following me. But what I do know was it would start choking me. I would wake up as soon as that started, and my throat would physically be sore. Like I'd be short of breath, and was a spirit actually choking me while I was asleep? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's possible. Or was it a psychosomatic effect? Like, it's happening in my dream, so when I woke up, my throat was sore just because I remember it happening. That's always possible, too. There is always a natural explanation to most things. So, that was one of the dreams. The other one, I was in a city that I didn't recognize. And I was being chased by someone wearing a creepy looking mask. That's the way I can describe it. The eyes of the mask were missing, and what looked like blood, but it was purple. It's just it's me cold shivers thinking about it because I've never seen anything like it before. So I'm being chased and constantly running throughout this whole dream. what it is, I don't know, that's chasing me. The city, I don't know it. I keep running into dead ends and having to find ways out of it. And I'm going to keep this one kind of short just because some of the memories in the dream do kind of slip my mind. It's been a while, long while since I've had a nightmare. So basically, I'm running through the city, getting to this, what I assume is a hotel room, and I go up an elevator to the roof. And when I come up and open the door in the elevator to go out to the roof, he's standing there. And I remember it had claws. It would scratch chest open, and it would go for my throat with its teeth. The mask would open up, and it had like rows of just teeth. And I'm trying to think of a good way to describe it, but I really have no words to describe it. That's the thing, and it would latch onto my face, and I'd wake up. For that one, I woke up several times with scratch marks right across here. Never broke the skin, but they felt like they were on fire. They burned extremely badly. Where the scratch marks came from, did I do it myself while I was sleeping? You know what? That's very possible. I'm once again not going to say that is paranormal, but it possibly could be. So that's some of the dreams that had happened to me. And as you guys know, I'm not very comfortable talking about those kind of things anyways. Eventually, the nightmares did stop. And I had met my soon-to-be wife, now ex-wife. We moved to Clayhatchee, Alabama to a small trailer park. Probably a year and a half, 2 years later, after the dreams stopped. And that's where everything kind of culminated and kicked up the dust, so to speak. However, myself and my family and the property of this trailer park had a history already. We lived there when I was younger, and my mom had gotten out of rehab. She goes home, and the whole house trailer is filled with smoke. She said she grabbed a Bible, she started reading it, and after about 10 minutes, the smoke disappeared into the air vents. Smoke doesn't retract to air vents. It was unnatural. And that's kind of where everything, I think, originally started. So, in a way, I was back to where it all began. And there's other things that happened. Playing basketball at the church, hearing the piano playing at about 11 o'clock at night, knowing no one's in the church. That was me, my brother, and my brother Daryl, all out there playing basketball, and Daryl stopped and asked if we heard it. And you could hear it. It's clear as day the piano was playing, but we knew no one was in there. And then they tried to drag me through the cemetery, and I ran because I was like 9 and 10 years old. No, I didn't do cemeteries back then. Anyway, I'm getting off on a tangent. So me and this property had history. And the first day that we moved into this place, we weren't even fully had all the stuff from the other place yet. The first occurrence happened. And that's where everything just really took off. And I remember everything in clear detail. That will be for my next portion, Paranormal Talk, My Story Part 3. I'm sorry that I didn't go into more extreme detail with the dreams, but they're very difficult for me to talk about because when you talk about things like this, people look at you like you're crazy. I'm not crazy. I know what happened to me, and that's why I investigate the paranormal. I believe. So, if you want more detail of some of those dreams, I will do that in a future video. Just leave it in the comments because I will eventually, in my channel, be going over a video about nightmares and their interpretations. So I could possibly bring that back up and go into some more detail and use my own dreams as an example. With that being said, guys, I got some more stuff I've got to go do. I just wanted to try and put a video out because it's been a while. This was Nate. It's Paranormal Talk. my story part 2. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you next time.